You rocking out with LFOD.
LFOD Radio, live free or die.
LFOD Radio.
LFOD Radio.
Live free or die.
LFOD Radio. Boy.
You are now tuned in to LFOD Radio, Live Free or Die. I am your host, Uncle Sam, and I am joined tonight by the one and only A-Ball.
The only A-Ball. Yeah,
The only.
It's just me and us and him. But yeah.
What's happening, man?
Not too much. Honestly, a lot, though. I always say not too much.
Yeah.
And it's really a lot. Like, I just finished the class, and I was still just as busy. So I finally have no more Spanish to talk about, so we're not hearing about that no more. But even after that, I was like, word, I have all this free time. I felt this literally, like, explosion of pure fire. As soon as I, like, finished at 2 a.m.,
Yeah.
I was like I had this, like, I wasn't tired. I knew I was exhausted throughout the whole day. And then I was just like, I danced in my room for like a whole hour and just stayed up till like 4 a.m. and was just like, I'm finally free to do what I want, you know?
Dude, you're out here.
Yeah.
And now you're just busy again.
Yeah, because I was like, let me do all these things. And I'm realizing, I think I learned it from my mom, but we just put too much on our plates. Like,
Yeah.
And I can see her do it, and I'm like, Mom, stop breaking your back over this. But then I'm going to bed later that night, and I'm like, I've been doing that too.
Yeah.
It's it's a flaw in its own way, but it's also a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least you're aware of it, so if you do want to work on it.
Yeah,
You can.
yeah, and I have been. I think I definitely, like, a number of times have realized, like, that is too much of a commitment, and I usually, like, I feel like it gets to this point where it's just a little bit too much,
Yeah.
and then I find this balance point eventually where I'm kind of working everything out, but someone will come up to me like, can you help me do this, or do you have time to do that? And I'm just immediately like, no. Like,
Nope.
I know the cap clearly, but like getting there is always fuzzy
Yeah.
in terms of my busyness.
Well,
Yeah.
when you're doing new things too, you don't
Exactly.
you don't know what you don't know. So you
Yeah.
might be like, yeah, this will probably take 3 hours.
Yeah.
And 9 hours later, you're like, well, I didn't have 9 hours. I had exactly 3.
Yeah, I think that's so key, is that typically I just think like I could do 3 of those things in a day. And
Yeah.
then you get through like thing 2 and you're like,
Yeah,
You know,
there's
it's
more.
like, yeah.
Well,
Well,
one of the things you've been doing, or
Yeah.
you did,
Mhm.
was you went to New York City
I did.
and you got into a dance battle.
I did. Yeah. I wish I did a little better, but honestly, everything is a learning experience. And I think that I needed that. I needed that so bad. Like,
Yeah.
First of all, that was the first time I ever got to like actually be in New York, because I used to pass through all the time going from Philly to Boston. But I was in there and I was like, wow, like this city is so jumping. I wonder what's going on right now, you know, but I'm just going to go to Boston because my bus is just stopping here for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And or Secaucus, you know, and you're like, hey, New York, and then you go right by it. But basically, I was just staying with my friend in basically the bottom left corner of the Bronx, but a different neighborhood, and it was so immersive. Like, I was just like 45 minutes from downtown, and all the dance, all the like cityness. First of all, I got out of my own house, so I didn't have to do any chores, and I was just like, obviously I was spending a lot of money because I was eating out, but like
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have no dishes to do. This is great, but other than that, like I had
So
some.
What was the event though?
Oh, the event, yeah.
Well, yeah, like I'm just curious.
Yeah,
So
the
set the
event.
stage. Why were you
So
there?
the event was hosted by Kingdom Breakers in New York. Shout out, because they had a dope event. It was just this little thing in Long Island. Like, it was way out. We took a train, and it was so packed. It was like, I thought it was going to be this low key little thing, and then everybody competing was like very, very talented. And the first person that I went against in my rounds went to the finals, and
Okay.
she was superb. Like, I think that I had an okay first round. Like, I was like hyped and I was ready
Yeah.
to go. And basically, like, within the battles, you have to be just ready to dance to any kind of song.
Okay.
And I think that I realized that I have to be like well versed in a lot of different dance styles if I want to just go into an all styles jam and be like, I'm gonna win this, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of it's like learning. Yeah, it's like learning to do stuff in tournaments, like
Okay.
dancing the dance. Like kind of walk the walk, talk the talk. And every battle I go to, I learn a little bit more about what I need to do to improve myself in battles, and that's great. But I also realize that all styles battles, like, they're not really my thing.
Yeah,
I
because you're
don't-
more focused.
Yeah, someone literally, we went to a studio later, and one of the judges that I stayed with, Elmer Martinez, shout out, he's doing a lot in New York. He's done a lot in Boston, and he's got a event in Boston coming up, Rebirth Volume 3. And if you're interested in dance, check it out for sure.
Do you know when that is?
No, date not disclosed yet. It's
Okay.
still, yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming. Yeah, it should be in the spring, probably
Alright.
March.
Please let us know.
Yeah, I will. I'll keep you all posted. And yeah, it was a pleasure to hang out with him. And honestly, in that studio in New York, we were at the front desk, and someone was like, "What kind of dancer are you?" And I was like, "I don't know." Like there are styles like popping, whacking, locking, breaking, crumping, and everyone sort of in Boston learns a lot of all of them.
Okay.
Or like they will start somewhere, hang out with those guys for 2 years, move somewhere else. Some people kind of are like born into one area and they really make that their number one thing, and then they go and like take classes here and there. And I would say it's a very spread out kind of like, you can kind of go where you want
Okay.
with your dance style. And I think that all styles tournaments are like they're very focused on each individual style.
Yeah.
And if you're seriously good at like one classic style, like whacking, voguing, locking, or popping, I think you can do, or breaking. Those are all very like old school, kind of like classic hip hop type dance styles. And if you focus on one of those like really religiously, then I think you can do very well in the
Yeah.
battles that I've seen, like in Boston and this most recent one.
So, but you said you don't know what type of dancer you are.
Yeah.
And then he said something.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. So he said I'm a new school dancer.
Okay.
So I guess like if you put on some new trap song or something, I could kill it. But
Okay.
like you put on a classic like James Brown and expect me to get all like pop locky, like I could maybe do some of it, but I'm not going to be that lit. Like,
Yeah.
Like I have to. It's got to be like a vibe of a song instead of just like pure funk, from like the late '80s.
Got you.
Yeah, I did get sidetracked there. I was like,
I got you. We brought it back. We brought it back.
We brought it back. But yeah, it's a whole tricky thing, and honestly, it was also a learning experience to me that I think that I should just do videos. I don't need to be like a battle king, like I can just post videos, and if they get better and better with time, people will start messing with them more and more with time. And
Let's record a couple.
yeah, let's do it.
I'm
We already
ready
have
when
a
you
couple.
are. On the low.
On the low.
They're coming. They're coming.
Yeah.
So you did well, man. You learned stuff, and
Yeah.
you got some props, and you know where to focus now.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited.
I think, anyone who feels like they have gone out and tried to like show out and maybe came up short in the dance world, if you're listening, I hope dancers are listening. That would be exciting. But basically, if you feel like you kind of screwed up and you're just like walking home with an L, then don't get like that, because you're going to learn so much just by going back
Yeah.
and never giving up, because I lose every battle that I enter. But I swear to God, like I have some recognition, I think, like,
And you get
what's the
better
word?
every time,
Yeah, or
too.
what's the word? Notoriety. I have some notoriety
Okay.
in the dance world in Boston, and like even my friend was telling me like people talk about you, and I was like, really? And
That's
it's like
what's up.
it's a new thing where I'm realizing I catch people's eye, even trained dancers, like I catch their eyes when I dance as well.
Word.
And it's just a new thing. I feel like I'm kind of emerging.
Win or lose, you're in the ring.
Yes.
And that automatically puts you in a different class than people who aren't
Right.
getting in the ring.
You're right. Yeah, that
It
does.
takes a lot to keep getting in there.
Yeah, it does.
Congrats.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What I want to know too, for the dancers that are listening,
Mhm.
you'll have to give us all their ats and stuff so we can
Oh,
let
yeah.
people know.
For sure.
how did Boston stack up to New York? Because you went with a crew, right?
Yeah. Oh, well, so it was about to be a crew, but it was just two of us.
Okay.
There was our friend who was judging, and then me and another friend of ours. So
Okay.
it was a small squad, but we were a cutthroat team
Yeah.
in a way. Yeah.
The other guys did well.
Yeah. So the whole battle had like a redemption round set up where if you lost your first round, you were set into a second bracket of like losers.
Yeah.
They started saying learners later.
Consolation
Yes.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the learners bracket, not
Okay.
the losers bracket.
That's nice.
But I felt like a loser because I lost. But
Yeah.
no, that's not
You're
it.
not first, you're
Yeah,
last.
pretty much. But my friend Lizzie Suave, shout out. He's up in Thailand doing Muay Thai and lots of cool stuff right now. And he's also a dope dancer. He's great at crumping. He can tut like nobody else in Boston, and he can do a lot of stuff. He can pop. He can do a lot of stuff. And he didn't win his first round, but he won his redemption round, and then he kept winning and winning and winning, and he made it to semifinals. And so he was in the top 4 by the end of it, even
Nice.
though and that means that he had to go through.
He had to climb
He had to
way
beat
back
all
up
the other
mountain.
people, and then beat all the other people again.
Yeah.
Like all the other people, other people, and then he was there, and he like nearly grasped it, but like it was very, very entertaining to watch. Like
Sure, he was
like
tired.
yeah, yeah, you could see it. Like in his last round, he actually finished his freestyle by like his name is Suave, and he really does live up to it. He goes back and he's like just leans against the back of the wall like I'm done. And it was one of the most savage things I've ever seen, to be honest.
So Boston hung with New York, though.
Yeah.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
I think that we definitely represented.
That's what's up.
And I did too. You know, I didn't get officially as far as him, but I know that in the ciphers outside of like the actual rounds of the official competition, I was definitely like catching eyes.
Dude, that's going to be fun. So you guys just
Yeah.
like rock like non-competitively
Oh yeah.
in a cipher?
Oh yeah.
That's
It's not
gonna be wicked
it's
fun,
not
dude.
all dance battling when everyone it's not like people show up and they're like, I'm gonna save my best moves
Yeah.
for the battle. You know, some people do really think that way. But when you walk in, there's just like a dance circle. They want everyone to get warmed up, and they want everyone to feel comfortable with each other most of
Word.
all. Because that's what I mean. Like battles, some people will walk in and be like, "I'm here for that $500 prize. Like I'm killing all y'all," you know.
Yeah.
And like they might have some friends, but their friends are probably like the non-dancers that they brought, and they like don't really chill with other people.
Right.
And I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but sometimes you hear about like someone just gets real competitive and it's
Right.
like you know maybe they don't make it that far in the battle and then they just like get pissed, or like you can see that they're not there to chill with anybody or have a
Right.
good time. They're just like
Pure business.
you know really mean mugging and like
Yeah.
just like I'm here to win, you know. And you know when you're good, sometimes that's a vibe that you need to be on, but
Right.
like I think that when I go to battles, it's always just such a family vibe that like I don't always like to see that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like you can be good and not be in that energy, you know? Like lots of people do that. And there's no need to be sour or negative like upon entrance, in my opinion.
Feel that. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Yo, so we're going to play a record, and then I'm going to
For
tell you
sure.
about my weekend.
All right.
Yo, thank you for sharing that.
No problem. Yeah.
I feel like we're getting to know you, A-Ball.
Oh my God. I feel like I'm getting to know this microphone. No, yeah, no, we're definitely vibing.
All right. So we're going to rock this new Najee Janey record, Skeletor. All right, we're back. LFOD Radio. That was Skeletor off the brand new Najee Janey record. That's
Word.
produced by Gib DJ.
Gib? G-I-B?
G-I-B space DJ.
Word. Shout out to him. I like it. It gives me New York State of Mind vibes.
Word.
It sounds like Nas-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
like
felt that.
beat. Yeah.
So Gib is he's a special dude.
Yeah.
So I actually met him this weekend.
Oh, really?
He was our guest at the Shift
Oh, very fun.
as well. So I was in a very small room with him all
Okay.
day Sunday.
It looked lit.
From like noon to probably 9:30.
Nice.
Just making beats in there all day. And it's wild. Like
Mhm.
I'm going to play some of it. I can't wait for you to hear it. I can't wait for people to hear it.
Word.
Because it was so fun. So huge shout out to him. If you don't know what The Shift is, 6 times a year in collaboration with AR Classic, we post up at Union Sound and we bring in a featured producer. They clock in at noon, they clock out at 8 p.m., make as many beats as they
Nice.
want to or as they can in that time
Okay.
period.
Hence
And then
the
we
name.
have they're working. Then we have a release party that night, and the album's on Audio Mac same night as well. So
Wow. That's so cool.
yeah.
So
And
Audio Mac? Is it,
Yeah.
like,
that's the website. Yeah.
oh, okay.
audiomac.com.
Word.
Or you can just go to @theshiftBOS, and the link is in the bio.
Okay.
But
I thought you were referring to Apple Music.
no. There's way too many samples to put it anywhere else.
Facts.
But it's cool because it's even though a lot of these guys make a lot of beats, they don't always, sit down and force themselves to do it for 8 hours.
Yeah.
So it's cool because it's a sharpening experience.
Word.
But the beats were wild, dude. I think beat number 1 was at like 220 BPM. And it just
That's fast.
went from there, dude. It was race car music,
Nice.
crazy grime beat. It was wicked fun, too, because he would just... so much laughter. Like some people when they create, they're just like they're really trying to like. It would be hilarious if the beat did this. It
Yeah.
was like that mentality. What's
Word.
like the wildest thing we could do?
Okay.
So anybody could jump in and throw in suggestions, and he was just grabbing stuff and
Okay.
catching things.
That's
And
neat.
The grime beat we had it turned into like a grime freestyle session. Everyone
Word.
doing their London town accents,
Nice.
Skepta impressions, but it was really cool. So shout out to everyone who rolled through. A lot of cats did.
What's the process for like signing up for one of these 8-hour shifts?
There is a submission form
Okay.
on the AR Classic website. So mostly it's DM The Shift Boston, The Shift BOS.
The shift.
And you'll get a link sent back to you with a form to fill out.
Solid.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a friend who might be interested in that. He goes for hours.
Have them reach
Yeah.
out because a big part of it is like being able to do it.
Yeah. He could he could run the distance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was wild. It was dope. A lot. I'm not gonna shout everyone who came through because I'll forget someone, but a lot of people came through and it was fire. A lot of good conversations,
Word.
lots of education, lots of entertainment.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and Union Sound just redid their shop as well. So
yeah.
shout out to Loman.
Word.
It's looking nice. So Bo Market's
That's good.
cool.
I gotta get out. I knew that there was a lot happening this weekend, and I was like, just drained.
There's probably gonna be. Well, we'll talk about this in 1 second.
Okay.
The night before was Nightworks. I got to give a huge shout out to the Nightworks
Oh, yeah.
crew. That was bonkers. It was their 2-year anniversary out there at Backlash Beer.
Awesome.
Major performances. Daedalus headlined, which was wild. We interviewed him and Wiley Cable and O'Buxom, so keep an eye out. We'll be dropping those. Had some, I've really been enjoying the conversations I've been having recently. So it's
That's good.
cool that they're all being recorded. So
Yeah.
I get to share them with
That's
people.
lit.
Like, oh, we talked about this. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Like, talk about it with me. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
happy to.
We can post our little snippets on Insta and, start
Right.
some super dope conversations.
Yeah.
hopefully.
Oh, dude, we were talking about like string theory and like
Oh, word.
how like sound as a sense versus sight, like the complexities and how it potentially like it more advanced than sight.
Okay.
You can get
That's
nuances
very
and
deep.
depths
Yeah.
to it.
I'm like trying to think about what I might know about those topics. About
Dude,
like,
we got into it. It was
I'm like,
very cool.
I can speculate about stuff.
Yeah, no, you'll have to check it out. We're going to be
Word.
dropping those on our IGTV and stuff like that. And they'll all be on YouTube. They'll all be on the new LFOD.life.
Solid.
That's the website.
It's looking snazzy. I did check it out.
Thank you. We're beyond the .com. It's just
Word.
LFOD.life. Dude, I forgot to do our
.com
whole...
is so 2010s.
So 2010s. It's 2020.
Yeah.
Yo, we got that vision.
Oh my God.
Dude, I forgot to do the intro. So we have the LFOD.life, but We got to shout the record company
Yeah,
for letting us record here
for sure.
or welcoming us here. We got to shout out our patrons.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what that is, patreon.com/LFOD Life. We got to tell people at LFOD Radio on everything, LFOD Life on Facebook. Got 150 plus podcasts out,
Yeah.
including Pomegranate, which dropped this morning.
There we
DJ
go.
Ysham, K Watts. Subscribe so
Yeah.
you get new ones right
Yeah,
away.
They're flowing. We're pumping them out.
Yeah, man. So what I was going to segue to
Yeah.
that you led into so nicely was the next shift is probably January 4th.
Okay.
That's probably going to be the last one that I will be around for a little bit.
word.
And
Not
that's
word.
Because, as you know, yeah.
No.
Well, dude, you could always start popping up in my place if you wanted.
I would be honored.
Word.
Yeah, I can.
We'll set it up.
I can try to fit the things in,
You'll
and
get to
I will
meet-
do my best.
You'll get to
make
meet
an
the
honest
archetype
effort.
and Loman. Although
Word.
Loman's a bad influence, so
I'm a bad influence.
you guys would influence each other. I'm worried now thinking about it.
Like the two of us. in the
Yeah,
same room.
yeah,
I'm
watch
excited
out.
now.
So the reason that's going to be the last one is this season has been a lot different, and I think people kind of get that idea because they're watching and they're saying like, "Whoa,
It's a little glossy or something.
yeah, it looks like they're sitting at this table." And people who are listening, thank you for your patience because we know the sound quality has dipped and dived and dodged, and
Been working
we've
with some new
settled on
kinks.
where we want it. But basically, what happened is we have been recording off air, so we're not recording live anymore, which is what led to us kind of building this studio from scratch. We originally thought we were going to be like a nice little talk show and have some lav mics, lapel mics.
Oh yeah. Lav.
And get this apparatus out of our face.
Yeah.
But we learned, if you watch a talk show, you'll notice they're always sitting like a minimum of 2.5 feet away from each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
And that's because the mics pick up everything.
Yeah.
So that was...
Especially if you got a fat chain.
Yeah, especially if you have a fat chain. So you end up having every single mic picking up every single person talking, and then it just gets super muddy. Now we have these wicked focus mics, and it's coming in super clear. So we've been like testing and building as we go. So that's been a wild experience.
Yeah. Definitely been like, oh crap, like this came out weird or that came out weird, but we're fixing things. People from the record company, when I came in today, they were just saying like, the felt is so cool. Like, we love that you put it in. And I was like, really? Thanks. Like, we did it because it made our audio sound better.
Yeah, we're using them.
But it does look great. Like, doesn't it?
Check out the felt.
Yeah. It's nice. I like the color pattern. I don't know why.
It's funny because Amanda like hates the felt. She's
Really?
not here to defend herself. We won't say it, but she's commented. I think
she did. I don't know. I don't remember anything particularly negative. I think she just was saying like, it's felt. I don't
Yeah.
remember actually.
I don't think she was a big fan, but she can correct the record if she
Yeah,
has to.
she'll let us know.
Yeah, she will. So leave in the comments, Amanda. So
We'll make the whole Insta post like, what did you think, Amanda? And
Yeah.
she'll have like tag her. She'll have to answer.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I should have showed up. Like,
so we've definitely been rebuilding it, and we've been recording. Here's the part people don't know, is we've been recording multiple times a week, stacking episodes.
you don't know, but I know.
Because we're going on a bit of a road trip in January. So probably the second week of January,
Okay.
I'm hitting the road,
Yeah.
which means LFOD's hitting the road. And we're going to be popping up in other cities and connecting with other artists around the country
Yeah.
and figuring out, as much as we focused on connecting the dots in this city, in this region, with all the different things we've been doing, now I think it's time to start connecting them city by city,
Right.
because there's definitely scenes like ours around the country.
There has to be.
And artists around the country that would rock with the artists we rock with, and that fans of the artists we're fans of would be fans of, etc. And we can
Definitely, yeah.
all I told someone this recently. Everyone that comes on here is like people I enjoy talking to and that I know, and I want to introduce you all to each other. So if you're checking any of these all out, you know, trying to be the glue that connects all you together.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to, if any of you want to connect with each other, artists, fans, whatever, hit me up.
Yeah.
Hit us up. But
It kind of makes me think, honestly. Like, I feel like there are some artists that will say, like, you got to make it in Boston. You know, you got to, like, stay in the city and work your way here.
yeah,
And I like that, you know, like, but at the same time, I think that what you're doing is so necessary because I feel like lately Boston is kind of getting noticed in the media. I think that, like, the rest of the country, it feels like we were sort of a second-rate city, to be honest. And I was like,
in the music scene.
yeah, and just just because we're smaller than places like New York and LA, but we
Yeah.
also still have this vibrant culture that does get noticed, even though we're not as large in size and like international like inflow of people.
Right.
But like, and that's what I think is so awesome is that like we're kind of like, I feel like we're almost in like New York's shadow, but not. We're not like in any kind of shadow because we're making our own thing. We're doing our own thing. And the only way I feel like we're really going to like sort of take a piece of the pie that we deserve is if we go out of the city. Not necessarily to be like, I'm going to just go be famous in LA. I'm going to just go be famous in New York. But like put a freaking Boston shirt on and then go to LA and be like, I am from Boston and that is where I turned dope. And
Right.
that's why you're going to notice the city
Pressure will
now.
make diamonds, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Boston got next.
Boston good next.
Yeah.
Shout out Y-Sham.
Yeah.
Dude, then that's the thing is like I would love. So a big reason why I started LFOD is because I don't want artists to have to move out of Boston to make it in music in Boston. I want there to be platforms where they can
Yeah.
stay in Boston
Yeah.
in their home and do what they want
It's so
to do.
big. Yeah.
But I do feel like a part of getting to that place is hitting the road
Right.
and letting people know and bringing some eyes back.
Yeah,
So we're
for
going to
real.
I'm going to be heading down the coast. I'm basically driving to LA via Florida. So I'm heading all the way down the
That's
coast.
a lot.
Yep. And then I'm going to bang
Get yourself an oil change.
across the bottom. Oh, yeah, the car's getting checked out. I'm going to bang across the bottom of the country out to LA.
Sick.
And the idea is to stop in a bunch of cities along the way and meet, I don't know, 3 to 5.
Word.
Because otherwise it's going to be overload. But, you know, a good group of
Yeah,
artists
yeah.
in each city start sharing their interviews and stuff. And then when I get to LA, and I think I'll go to LA, but like if I get to Atlanta and like that's as far as I need to go, like maybe I'll be there. It's really going to be super open.
Yeah.
But when I get to LA, then I'll be able to show them what we're up to, what we've been up to, and then how do we bring some of that magic back? So when I come back
Yeah.
at the end of this trip, we can all level up.
Yeah.
You know? And even if the answers aren't there, we'll have connects throughout the country, and maybe now we can start flying artists back and forth, swapping shows,
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
this and that. There's
Did
so
you say
much
dancers?
potential.
Did I hear that?
They're
Dancers?
always included. I said artists, but
Artists?
dancers are artists.
They are. Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry to trip you up like that.
No, you're good. So
Wow.
what I am
That's
going to
weird.
do, this is where I need people's help.
Yeah.
We're about to start dropping images that in large letters say, who is your favorite artist in blank? And it'll have a town or an area. Some places it's literally, who's your favorite artist in Arizona? Because
Right.
I'm not going to be specific there.
Yeah.
But who's your favorite artist in New Orleans? Who's your favorite artist in Atlanta? Who's your
Right.
favorite in the DMV? I know Tony White is going to have a ton of stuff for
Solid.
us. And I want people to let us know who they'd like us to talk to there, and then we'll start setting it up and connecting with people that, you know, you're already interested in. So we're going to do that, and I'm really excited for it. And what that means is we've been recording these extra episodes, so we're still going to be dropping episodes all spring, even though the crew's not together. We're doing our work.
Yeah.
We're doing it backwards, you know.
Yeah, in a way.
Instead of like
We're cramming for
the
one
rest of
thing
the
so
world
we
is
can-
relaxing. It's holiday time.
Right.
Everyone's like taking their foot off the gas,
Not us.
coasting. We're working harder than ever.
Yeah.
And then Yeah, but we're gonna kind of have the spring
Yeah.
off in a way because
Oh, yeah.
we're just gonna be like in our zone. There's not gonna be deadlines, pressure. We're just gonna be doing what we
Gonna
do.
be blooming flowers and tranquility.
And these episodes are all going to be like scheduled in advance. They're just going to be getting released. Everything's automated. Shout out to Thomas. He's working hard too. You know, everyone's really busting it right now. So that's the plan. And we'll be dropping interviews with those other artists along the way too. So it'll be cool. So if you haven't been tuned in, you're going to want to, because we're going to put you on to some artists, you know, around the
Facts.
country with some fresh styles that
Oh, yeah.
you may not know anything about.
I'm
And they're
excited.
going to be doing extra bars too.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be,
Yes.
that's what I'm excited
Yeah.
about. Is
That's going to be fun.
we're going to have extra bars cranking. So
It's going to be a good time. I can't wait to like stay tuned to wherever you're going. I'll be like I'll just open up Instagram and be like, what? Sam's in like, I don't know, Indiana right now?
Yup.
Cincinnati? Who knows? Like,
the natty. Yeah, we'll be out there, man. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to be very transparent about the trip. So you will be able to follow along.
Solid.
So I think, or I know, the LFOD radio page is going to still be mostly interviews and stuff. And I think the LFOD life page is going to be where the more of the behind the scenes stuff. I think those stories will be cranking, because if you've been tuning in for artistry, you might not necessarily want to have a flood of road trip footage
Yeah.
on the radio page. But I'll probably sneak a few in here and there. But LFOD life should be cranking. I'm gonna be hitting a bunch of national parks along the way.
Yes.
That's why I'm going out of Florida. I'm hitting the
you got to
Everglades.
take some tree pictures for me.
Tree pictures.
Yeah, because I took hundreds this summer.
Yeah, I'll
and
get some trees.
We'll swap.
Oh, dude, I'm going to one of the oldest old growth, or the oldest
No way.
old growth forest in the North Americas.
What?
Yeah,
That's incredible.
yeah, it's in South
s-
Carolina.
God, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so cool. You're like, dude, touch trees.
I'm just.
I'm sorry, like, I'm
not gonna come back
almost
the same
literally
person.
tree hugger
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah, no, I'll hug a couple for you.
I read some weird Taoist thing about like trees having healing vibrations.
Yeah.
And it's like, crystals are like this, and I was like, oh my gosh, now trees are like this, and like,
The more we learn about trees, the
Yeah.
more impressive they are.
They are very
They're
impressive
real. They're communities.
organisms.
They
Yeah.
communicate underground a lot of times.
they can sense moisture, like radiating from sources of
Yeah.
water underground. It's actually really neat.
I'm gonna miss my bonsai tree. Actually, like
Oh.
I'm literally hiring someone to take care of
It's a
it.
bonsai tree.
Yeah,
You have to like pass it down to your sons.
I never even thought about that, but yeah, it'll be
It's
passed.
1,000-year tree, right? Isn't
I
that
mean, they
the
can
thing?
live, I think, until you kill them.
Wow.
I mean, maybe can a tree? How would a tree die?
By dying. They have lifespans.
Do they?
A lot of them do, yeah.
I didn't know that.
They just sort of stop. They just stop, and then their wood slowly decays. And they actually call those hazard trees because in forests where fires don't come through often, you see a lot of dead trees because they didn't get burned down. They just died naturally.
Ah.
And they're dangerous because it's decaying wood, but it's a like 100-pound log that
Yeah.
could fall at any time.
moment, yeah.
And they're also really nasty to cut down.
Well, now I'm gonna Google how much longer my bonsai tree has to live. Thanks.
I think no, but bonsais are magical.
Yeah, there's
They're
different times, but yeah, no, I think it'll live quite a while.
You'll be all right.
So like I said, we're planning to hit. If you know artists, like start hitting us now. If you want to get a heads up on it, start thinking, because definitely New York, Philly, Baltimore, DMV, Atlanta, Florida, New Orleans, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, LA,
Word.
at a minimum. So y'all are still gonna be hearing these episodes, but they're gonna be a little less in real time. But we did a pretty good job recording
I think
them.
we did, yeah.
Everyone kept the time super vague. So
Yeah,
you
there was
won't be
no-
able to tell.
No references to now.
We went super in depth. And yo, shout out to Pavement Coffee,
Oh,
because we're in the future a little bit now in a weird way, but starting 4 days from now, they're going to be providing coffee
no way.
for our other day of
Word.
recording. This
That's
is still Tuesday night, and they're closed, but we record on Sundays as well, and they're
Okay.
definitely open.
Word.
And so you're going to hear some caffeination in a
Yes,
couple of
we are
these.
going to be buzzing.
Yeah, and shout out to Skull Candy. They're sending us some headphones
Oh,
as
word.
well. Yeah. People are starting to notice, man. We got things going on.
Yeah, things are going down.
And on another note with that too, one of the things about being off air when we record is it opens up more options. We're really pursuing syndication in a way. So I guess I can say this. We don't have the exact time, but by the time this drops, we'll be syndicated on Lo-Fi Hip Hop Thought, which is a internet station.
Wow.
Shout out to Santi. I met her at Hoop Hop through Bakari JB.
Cool.
She was live streaming Hoop Hop, and we started talking.
That's neat.
And she's going to pick us up. So we're going to be live streaming there on Wednesdays.
Wow.
We're Monday mornings at WMFO, 9 a.m. And we're going to be reaching out to more radio stations as we go, possibly while I'm traveling around the country as well. And if you're tuned in and you're wondering, okay, why do I care about you streaming on there? I'm listening to you on a podcast, or vice versa. If you're tuned in on another thing and you're like, well, I'm just going to subscribe to your podcast.
Yeah.
The big thing with those are that's more of a gift to the artists than the listeners, so to speak. It really gives them an opportunity to check in with us once and then hit people all over at different times. It just really boosts their signal.
If we're in radio stations in different cities, like that's so much bigger to Boston artists,
Right.
I think.
So it's going to boost the signal for the artists.
That's so cool.
It's going to make their visits
I love it.
radiate. And then on the flip side, because it all becomes more valuable, we can give them more. We can get more people on board. It's just going to start snowballing.
Yeah.
You should still always subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah.
That's the best way to get it. But and it'll catch people who are just passing through. And it just gives these other stations a quality piece of programming to add to their rotation. And it helps them keep, and a lot of these are going to be underground stations as well, or independent stations. It helps keep them going because they can offer a quality thing to tune into. So it's just all, it's going to be good. I'm excited. Circulating.
Good times.
Dude, but isn't it way better recording this way though? Because it was stressful live.
It was. Yeah, I think there was a lot of just setting, because like especially with the hour system, like you are walking in 3 minutes before your hour long like talk. Like we usually have like 40, it comes out to like 40 minutes on Spotify, but like we sit here for just straight 60 minutes. And when you run into the radio station to do that, it's like you just like run in with your arms full of everything and you like say hi to the DJ and you're like absolutely silent while they're like finishing up, and we're like, all right, we're gonna put on LFOD and we'll catch you guys later, you know.
Right.
And then you click and then you're like and like it's this 3 minute process. And I used to remember like trying to start some small talk with you and like saying things and then like looking up and you're just like on a computer like click click click, click, and then like doing and I just learned about all that, how to do all that stuff, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I realize
I can't believe I was trying to talk to him.
Exactly. Yeah, like I can't believe, like I realize completely now why he was just like, I don't have time to, like I'm tuning A-ball out at the moment, like muting the mic and headphones in. It was mad funny.
Well, dude, yeah, I don't want to say it was stressful because I actually like recording live.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, but I mean the stressful for us,
It's
like you just said, it was because it
Yeah.
was, we're on a college station. It's not designed around our, we have an hour slot
Yeah.
and it's literally an hour, no exceptions.
Right.
In
It's
and
like
out.
you do it
It's
then,
not set up for
or
us.
don't do it.
We're setting up cameras. We're like barging in, trying to get
yeah.
that's why we played that Rage song, because we need 3.5 minutes to log into everything we had to do, download it,
Yeah.
do this, do that. Shout out to the FCC. We had to hit our, tags and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And this way we have time to kind of like pause in between, check the camera, make sure it's recording well.
And it's like we can even be like a little bit late, and it's not like, and now like Alex has just walked in, and you hear me
Which-
like shuffling in and sitting down, like, hey, like,
Yeah, because we had to start.
we can just start 5 minutes later if we
Yeah,
need,
and that happened to artists sometimes too. If
Yeah.
they caught
Oh, yeah.
traffic, it was like,
well,
we'll do our best, but now you're going to have a 10-minute interview.
right, yeah,
So,
it's rough, but
yeah.
like things feel streamlined now.
Yeah. We're in our zone and we're just
Yeah.
doing it. We're a river.
We
flowing.
yeah. We found our like crevice to shoot through, and now we're full blast.
Phrasing. So we'll be back LFOD Radio after this. I'm going to actually play one of those Gibb records
Solid.
off his mixtape, off his shift tape, we'll call it. He banged out quite a few. The question is which one you want. Here's the names. I'll read you the names.
Okay. Let's do this.
MBTA Sucks.
Oh, my God.
Yo, I Love You, Cliff. Not Tottenham, but Tottenham. My New Boo from Peru. Park at Citizens Bank. She got a Betty Boop tattoo on her face. Working on my FICO.
Okay. MBTA Sucks or Parking at the Citizens Bank.
All right, we'll do both.
Okay.
MBTA Sucks was the first record. This is the 220 BPM madness. Get ready.
Sounds like you're on the red line.
Gibb DJ, Audio Mac, The Shift. You're tuned into LFOD Radio. All right, we're back.
We're back.
A-Ball just broke it down to that new Gibb.
That was fun.
The new Gibb
Yeah, that was a good
DJ.
time. I like beats that just are really, really out there. You know, there are musicians who are like, I'm gonna just do it. Like, I'm gonna just like put some stuff down, and then like it comes out good. It's
Yeah.
just good. It's just unique, and it's just good. Like,
Yeah.
I love it.
That's him. So, shout out. Let me see if we've been, it's kind of cool to like just be able to chat.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like we typically have some like very like structured conversations.
Right.
And, you know, it's not like it makes it less entertaining, but because there's always a small frame and then something just goes
and an
way
objective.
out of that. Yeah. And
we
you're like,
have a guest. We need to make sure we
Yeah.
get their story out.
and it's always their story and more, as long as we know what questions we're asking. It's like, I like that. But
Right.
this is also nice.
Yeah, it's good to just let people know how we're feeling.
Yeah. Like, it's nice to just like have a conversation instead of like sit there and like ask a question and then have it turn into a conversation, but like be thinking about like prying into someone.
Right.
You know, this is a bit more relaxed.
But yeah, we'll let people know though.
Not prying.
We did.
I think that's a bad word.
We did prepare for this too, so
We
don't,
did,
don't
yeah.
think that you can just wing
Yeah.
it.
It's yeah. Don't. Yeah. Don't.
To aspiring
Don't try this
podcasts
at
out
home.
there, like you got to prepare for even the ones that you're just
Yeah.
chatting.
I agree with that. It's kind of wild. I feel like I wasn't even prepared, and I definitely went through stuff in my head.
Yeah.
Like twice today.
There's a lot.
Like, I'm going to talk about New York. I'm going to talk about all that.
Yeah. So I think we hit everything. I still have notes on what I wanted to hit. We hit the road trip.
Mm-hmm.
We hit the new season. Is this unprofessional? I don't know. Really
sure it's
briefly.
fun.
So by the time this drops, we'll have done our State of New England Hip Hop episode. We usually record these a week before. The State of New England Hip Hop is next Tuesday, and we're not dropping an episode. We're just going to tell everyone, hey, get out here. And then the week after is when we'll be dropping this episode.
Okay.
I
I'm kind of
believe.
following, but
Or we may even, depends on when we get the audio back from WBUR, because they're recording it. So the week after is when we'll be dropping this. So this will be far in the future, so it doesn't make sense for us to promote it. Other than that, it hasn't happened yet. It will have happened by the time you heard this. I'm just going to assume it was incredible. You know, a lot of gems were dropped. A lot was learned. And when you're hearing this one, we will be back next week with either a replay of that episode or a recap, depending on how it shakes out. If they get us the audio at the right clip, we'll replay it, and then we'll drop the recap after. If not, we'll drop the recap first and kind of be like, hey, here's what's coming. Here's our takeaways. You can listen to it with this in mind, and you'll get some things out of it. So
right. Okay.
we're heading into a State of New England hip-hop
Gotcha.
binge, back-to-back episodes on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was having trouble following that, but I think.
You think you got it?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's mostly while we're doing behind the scenes stuff. We might as well.
I'll just
let
listen
people
back.
know.
I won't ask you.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
repeat
Just
yourself.
keep hitting that. Most podcast apps have that little like back 15 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
thing. So
Beautiful.
just start
I love it.
hammering that until it makes sense. So we'll be doing that. I didn't get to. I want to talk about the Game album. I like the Game album.
The new one?
Yeah,
I gotta check it out.
I like it.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that. We'll see if that holds up in 3 weeks. Yeah, I
So
think
much
that's
going
about
on.
it. There's a lot. Tomorrow's the BMAs.
Yeah.
So again,
We're gonna-
this is going to drop way after.
Yeah. I don't know if you're
Might be
getting fancy.
winners. We might be winners by the
Maybe.
time you hear this.
Yeah.
I'm giving us. I think we have a betting chance.
Yeah.
I'd take the bet.
Yeah. I'm excited. I don't want to say I'm like getting my hopes up, gonna be sitting there like
Right.
crossing my fingers when they announce it, but like I think that's gonna be a tense moment that we're gonna feel some like tension as they're like, and the best
You can't play
radio.
it cool no matter how much
No,
you want to.
Yeah, you can't play it cool.
I feel like.
It's possible.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'll just see.
Yeah.
We'll just see. And it'll be fun either
I'll
way.
be happy either
Yeah.
way. Shout out Tony White one more time because I
Yeah.
tweeted that today. I was like, I wonder if we will win if we'll win a BMA tomorrow. And he was like, what did he say? I'll read it exactly because I wasn't even looking for. I just put like thoughts out, you know.
TMZ talks about tweets. We can do it.
And he said, y'all got nominated and shook Ish up all year. Already won, all caps.
Word.
Shout out Tony.
I appreciate that. That makes me feel warm
So-
inside.
He's gonna like this episode. See, if you tune in and talk to us, we'll talk about you.
Yeah.
Join the family.
Yeah, yeah.
You
It's
know?
fun.
So it is fun.
We're
man.
talking to you, but you can't talk back at the moment.
Not right now. You can talk to us on Twitter at
Yeah.
LFOD Radio
Oh,
with an
yeah.
underscore, at LFOD Radio on Instagram,
Heck yeah.
LFOD Life on Facebook. We got to get out of here. If you're an artist, submissions at LFODradio.com. I just put together the playlist of what we spun in November.
It was dank.
3 slides long. It's going to take 3 whole posts to get it out there.
Really?
We played a lot of music
That's
in
good.
November. So if you got more music, keep sending it. Because even though we're not, recording live, we're still playing music on the episodes. So please send us music submissions at LFODradio.com. Get on the YouTube. We're dropping a lot of stuff there. Pomegranate flamed their extra bars. So
Word.
we're going to get those up on the YouTube.
We'll be
And-
spinning it on FM radio too.
Big shout out to the patrons. Patreon.com/LFOD Life. And then shout out the record company. Shout out
Yeah.
Pavement Coffee.
Yeah, shout out
Shout out Skull Candy.
Yeah, shout out WMFO.
Shout out WMFO.
Yeah.
Shout out everyone who was a part of LFOD and this journey
Yeah.
we've been on. Because if we do win,
Right.
it's for all of us.
It
Home
really it's a
team or
beautiful
no
thing.
team. You
And I'm
know?
such a new member of this family that I feel like I don't even know enough people to like thank the people that I need to,
someday I'm gonna have a big cookout and everyone's gonna come.
Word.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
It is, man.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do it on LFOD day. So, all right, we got to get out of here, man.
Word.
Go
That's
get some
sad.
pizza or something.
Yeah, but
and-
that's not so sad.
yeah. Thank y'all. We'll be back in a couple weeks. Love.
Yeah. Peace.